Brought to you by Choice Hotels. Econo Lodge and Roadway Inn Hotels are serving up double points for every qualifying stay. Look at choicehotels.com. Now, here's the man who's been recognized as radio's best. The recipient of not one, but two prestigious Marconi Awards for his broadcast excellence. The one and only Bill Cunningham.
Well, you know, once a week, you and I get together to bat around the issues of the day that's happened and will happen in the week that is to be. Welcome to the Bill Cunningham Show. Good to have you with me. In every county from Alaska to Florida, from Maine to Hawaii, you can listen to this show every Sunday night. Began by Matt Drudge about 10 years ago, and I've been with you now for almost 6 years. Time flies when you're having fun. Later on, we have Wayne on route coming up to talk about what's happening on the southern border of this country, which is extremely sad. Also later on, Jessica Vaughn, Director of Policy Studies for the Center for Immigration Studies, will be here. And Christopher Ruddy, who's the founder and CEO, president of Newsmax.com, Newsmax the magazine, and Newsmax TV will be here to talk about the direction that Newsmax is going to take, which might be a little bit different than Fox. So we'll see what happens. Watched all the Sunday morning shows to get ready for tonight. And I'm amazed at the incapability of the national media to truly understand and discover the horror happening on the southern border of this country, which is going to fundamentally change directly the state of Texas, but indirectly the United States of America. It is awful to think that we would allow 300,000 illegal aliens to flood our southern border without consequence, without a sense this is an invasion. And by the way, if you're ISIS, if you're an Islamic terror group, are they being told right now how to enter the United States of America? Just walk across the southern border. It's unbelievable. The system is set up to handle about 10,000 illegal aliens.
This is why the financial community absolutely must report this, because there will be oil drilling in 2,000 oil wells in every state. Is what's going to go on. And that's why this is financial news. If you don't report this in your financial magazine, you will be guilty of insider trading. 40% Republican wins is going to cause that. Now, this is me on Bill Cunningham program talking about it, and that is a terrorism attack.
Let's continue. Let's take some calls earlier tonight. Later on, Center for Immigration Studies will be here, plus Wayne Allen Root. Let's continue now with Dave in North Carolina. First call of the night. David in North Carolina, welcome to the Bill Cunningham Show. David, how are you?
Doing great. You're a great American, Bill. We love you.
Thank you, David. Go ahead.
We have some good news here. These former law enforcement guys and some troops, and retired troops and veterans have just took it in their own hands to spread just the fact that people that want to vote against the gay propaganda just need to realize that it's the Democrat Party and that you vote Republican. You'd be surprised people don't know that. And it has such overwhelming success, these 20 Democrat atrocities written on a piece of paper with a picture of two gay guys kissing each other. And it was started out to stop violence and letting people know, look, we don't want any more Timothy McVeigh or Eric Rudolph. We want you to just spread the word that you should vote Republican and not do violence. Well, now it has grown to such a point that people are predicting Republican wins by 30 and 40%.
But Dave, North Carolina is almost a swing state. And I guess Kay Hagan is probably going to lose. But if people in North Carolina could actually vote to keep the immigration policy of Obama or to enforce the law, what do you think the vote would be in North Carolina on southern border issues?
Well, we can't get people engaged. The common man doesn't want to hear it. But when you tell them his kid's going to be gay, they're like, I want to vote Republican right now. So right now, the stock to buy, or free stock tip for your listeners, is that to buy oil drilling equipment stocks, because there's going to be 2,000 oil wells in every state, because Republicans are going to be winning by 30 and 40%.
David, how many middle-class jobs has Obama cost with the Keystone Pipeline and fracking? How many middle-class jobs has he cost while he pursues the fraud of man-made global warming? How many middle-class jobs have been lost in North Carolina, West Virginia, Kentucky with coal, and out west and in the south with fracking? How many billions of dollars have we paid in extra cost for gasoline and for electricity because Obama pursues the myth of man-made global warming that the Indians, the Russians, the Chinese don't care about? In fact, we could do whatever we wanted to be done, but it wouldn't change global warming, whatever, because of other nations don't care. And we're a small part of the problem. We're the solution. But if North Carolinians could vote to maintain Obama's immigration policy, order, enforce the law, what would they say?
Oh my gosh! Of course, that's one of our homeland security issues. We're worried here about that. We've listed the Democrat Party as a terrorist organization. They're leaving the borders open. They've stopped enhanced interrogations. They've crushed the economy by forcing the banks to give home loans to likely defaulters. They cut our defense budget in half. Destroyed the military morale with the weird experimentation that's going on. They call it, and giving away our sovereignty to the UN. I mean, these are crimes. Now, I think you're the one that told us all about Ben Shapiro's book, The People versus Barack Obama. That thing is excellent, and now they're going to have the backbone. You got to admit, I think Bush would have closed the border if it wouldn't have been such a close election because of the media bias. If he was winning by 30%, he would have closed the border, but he could not kick off the Hispanic vote, and so, yes, he was playing politics, but we really do believe that this is going to bring gas down to $1 a gallon. I want to be a positive guy that calls in. It may be chalked up as wishful thinking by some people, but we've got it listed as unstoppable because these lawmen are fed up. We look at it as a terrorism attack against America and our economy as being 10,000 times worse than 9/11 deal because it would succeed. 9/11 did not succeed in completely destroying America.
Hold on, David. One other thing that fires me up. Whenever I travel, we mainly get a proctological exam from the TSA, taking off the watches, taking off belts and shoes, examining us. Who's examining who on the southern border when 300,000 illegal aliens are going to come here? Who's examining what? If you're ISIS, if you're Al Qaeda, and you want to enter this country, why in the world would you get on a flight in London and fly to New York? Why not just get to Mexico City and take a train and walk across the southern border, get a Greyhound bus, and you're in? How at one point, if you're an air traveler, you get a proctological exam. If you walk across the southern border, you have free and easy access to the whole country. Where are terrorists going to go?
The hypocrisy, you're exactly right, is staggering here, and it is taking innovative law enforcement strategies that we hate to get into the political area. That's why we have to wait till we retire. We have to use snitches and informants and everything else to spread these Democrat atrocities. They want Sharia law, and you talk to some girls from the colleges and tell them, we're Democrats, we hate Bush, this and that. You tell them, hey, he went in there and set free 25 million in Afghanistan and Iraq, where a woman can't have a job, can't drive a car, can't go to school. I bet if you were over there, you'd kick somebody's butt if they told you couldn't. And the girls are like, yeah, you're right. He did.
David, great call. We got to run. Great call. I don't see the national media being anything other than a lapdog instead of an attack dog. I don't see it changing over the next 2.5 years. I don't see it changing. And I'm all but certain the media is going to soft pedal the failures of Hillary Rodham Clinton to get.
And people need to know, too, that not just the liberal media, but the political consulting organizations are not going to go after this unless we take down each individual and file charges like they did on Governor Perry for unauthorized use of power. That's the way to do it. Whoever is watching this, a bunch of preachers, is going to have to be the ones to do this. Here's an example for North Carolina. Racist, TomTillis.com. These 3 black teenagers are innocent. And you're going to read that Clark had a 70 IQ. That's officially retarded. Massey was 16. Neither Clark or Massey had ever been in trouble. Lee was 21 with a criminal record for 1 B&E breaking and entering, and that was it. And I'm going across this piece of paper here, and I'm going to put it on a better website. This website is just for the preachers to look at to decide that they are going to come against the Republican candidate in their area, to let it be known that we're not going to take this from the Republican National Committee and the Rifle Association.